Good day, everyone. Welcome to I Square Maths Academy, where numbers and variables actually need mastery. In our last section, we actually looked at the application of completing the squared method to solving quadratic equation. Today, we are going to be looking at the general quadratic formula method, the method some persons actually call the almighty formula. There is nothing almighty about the formula. The method is called the general quadratic formula method. Now, remember we said in our last section that the general quadratic equation is given by ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Yes, and we said if ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, the value of x is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Yes, this is the general quadratic formula method. Yes, I remember we actually defined a. We said a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the constant term. So it therefore means that if you have a quadratic equation of this form, 9 minus 5x squared minus 4x is equal to 0. Now, if you look very well, the position of your a, yes, a is attached to x squared. What is attached to x squared here is minus 5. It's minus 5. So it means our a here is minus 5. Now b, what is attached to x here is b. So what is attached to x here is minus 4. So our b is minus 4. And c is the value without x, which is c. So our c here is what? Is 9. So we have seen how to identify a, b, and c. So of course here we said if ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, the value of our x will be minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now let's look at this example. Now example 1. Using the general quadratic formula, find the values of g if 8g squared minus 5g minus 3 is equal to 0. Yes, if 8g squared minus 5g minus 3 is equal to 0. Now, solution. Yes, solution. Using the general quadratic formula method. Yes. Now, in using this method, the first step is to identify a, b, and c. Yes, the first step is to identify the value of a, b, and c. So here we have a. Now remember here we said a is attached to ax squared. Sorry, a is attached to x squared. And because a is attached to x squared, it means a is the coefficient of x squared. Now in this case, what is attached to g squared is 8. So it means the value of our a is 8. Now let's see the value of b. Now what is attached to x here is b. And what is attached to g here is minus 5. So b is minus 5. And c is the constant term, which is equal to minus 3. Yes. So now that we have identified a, b, and c, now the next step is to bring out the formula. Now here we actually use x to state the formula because the variable here, the unknown variable is x. So because we have the unknown variable to be g here, we're going to be using g to state the formula. So g is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Yes, so this is the general quadratic formula. So now that we have actually stated the formula, the next step is to plug in those values. Yes, is to impute all those values into the formula. So it means the value of g will be equal to, now let's look at this. We have minus in the formula. This is the minus. Now b, the value of b is minus 5. Remember the formula is also carrying minus. So because we have two minus, I'll use bracket to separate the other one. So we have minus 5. Yes, b is minus 5. Then we have plus or minus. Plus, minus. Then we have the square root of b squared, which is minus 5 square minus 4ac. A, the value of our a is 8. So you put 8 there. You put 8 there. The value of our c is minus 3. Look at this c. And c is minus 3. So you put it there. Minus 3. Please take notes. Yes, it is minus 3. Now, all over 2a. Yes, all over 2a. Now, the value of our a is 8. So it will be 2 times 8. So it means the value of g will be equal to, now, minus minus. We all know minus times minus is plus. So it means minus minus there will change the plus. So here we left with 5. And we know 5 is the same thing as plus 5. So here we have plus or minus. The square root of minus 5 squared. Yes, minus 5 all squared is minus 5 times another minus 5. And minus times minus is plus. 5 times 5 is 25. So here we have 25. Now, if you look at this very closely, you see minus here and there's another minus inside. So minus minus is plus. So here we have 4 times 8 times 3. 4 times 8 is 32. And we have 32 times 3. Yes, 3 here, 3 times 3 is 6. And 3 times 3 is 9. So that will give us 96. Now, all over 2 times 8. 2 times 8 is 16. So it means the value of g will be equal to 5 plus or minus the square root of, now 96 plus 25. 96 plus 25. This is 11. 5 plus 6 is 11. Pick one, you take one. Now if you bring it here, this is 1 plus 9 is 10 plus this, that's 12. So that will give us 121 divided by 16. So it means g will be equal to 5 plus or minus. The square root of 121 is 11 all over 16. It means the value of g will be equal to 5 plus 11 all over 16, or 5 minus 11 all over 16. Yes, all over 16. So now let's quickly see the values of g. Yes, let's see the values of g. Now, if g is equal to 5 plus 11 over 16, it means one of the values of g will be equal to 16 all over 16. Then the next one, or 5 minus 11 is minus 6. Yes, all over 16. 2 here is 3. 2 here is 8. 16 here is 1. 16 here is 1. So the value of g will be equal to 1 or minus 3 all over 8. Yes, now this is a proper fraction, 3 all over 8. So you don't need to convert to a mixed fraction. So thank you so much for listening. Remember to like, share with your friends, and subscribe. Thank you once more.